Yes.
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Prijanaranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Prijanaranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Let us repeat the invocation mantra. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nigamakalpatarodanitam Phalam Sukamukadamrita Dravasamyudam Bipata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Mukurato Rasika Bhuvibhavukakam Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tado Jayam Udiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nishtati Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Karoti Vachari Kundum Lange Pigiri Yatrupata Mahamande Shri Guru Dinatari Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwar. Hare Krishna Prabhus and Madajis, please accept my humble obeisances. So
Krishna Mataji.
Thank you all.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So I got the opportunity to associate with you all with the mercy of Guru and Krishna. So we are in Canto 4, Chapter 16. And professional reciters are glorifying Prithu Maharaj. So we are in the part of glorification. Today we have to start from the sloka number 20. Would anyone like to repeat after me?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you so much. So 4.16.20. Ayam Bhuvo Mantalam Odayadre
Ayam bhuvo mandalam yoda modayatre.
Guptaikaviro Naradevanatah
Goptaika viro naradevanataha.
Astaya Jaitram Ratam Atachapaka
Astaya chaitram ratamatta chapaha.
Paryasyate Dakshinato Yatatah.
Paryasyate dakshinato vyatharkaha.
Could you continue with the translation, Prabhu?
Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. This king, being uniquely powerful and heroic, will have no competitor. He will travel around the globe on his victorious chariot, holding his invincible bow in his hand and appearing exactly like the sun, which rotates in its own orbit from the south. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, could you read the purport also?
Shall I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Prabhuji, yeah.
Purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. In this verse, the word Yutarkaha indicates that the sun is not fixed but is rotating on in its orbit, which is set by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita that also in other parts of Srimad Bhagavatam. In the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that the sun rotates in its own orbit at the rate of 16,000 miles per second. Similarly, Brahma Samhita states, Yasyajnaya Brahmati Sambra
Sambratakala Chakra.
Yes Yasyajnaya Brahmati Sambhratakala Chakraha. The sun rotates in its own orbit according to the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The conclusion is that the sun is not fixed in one place. As far as Prithu Maharaja is concerned, it is indicated that his ruling power would extend all over the world. The Himalaya mountains, from which the sunrise is first seen, are called Udayachala or Udayadri. It is here indicated that Prithu Maharaja's reign over the world would cover even the Himalayas mountains and extend to the borders of all oceans and seas. In other words, his reign would cover the entire planet.
Prabhu, please wait. Let us discuss about this, the first paragraph, then we'll continue the second one. So
Okay,
here, the whole chapter is actually glorifying Prithu Maharaj. Why they are glorifying Prithu Maharaj?
Maharaj is the incarnation of Supreme Lord.
Okay, he is one of the incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in the previous verses, it is clearly mentioned that he has actually appeared from the body of King Vena. Okay? Even though he appeared from the body of King Vena, he has the potency or capacity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when we are actually go through the previous verses, they are actually glorifying King Prithu in different ways. Like let us actually recollect few the qualities or points which were discussed in the earlier verses. In that, he actually coronated at once by all the personalities, and they all offered gift to him, divine gifts they have actually presented. So that itself is actually amazing. He just appeared from the body of the dead body of Vena, and he is actually ready to rule the whole kingdom. So he has that much potency. So that itself is very glorious. That is the first point. And the second one is he was actually praised by the professional reciters, Mahada, Susan, Vandi, and the many reciters are actually glorifying the king Prithu. And this glorification, we may think that immediately they are coronating that person and they are glorifying also. So, what is the purpose of this glorification? Why we have to glorify, even though he is the avatar of Krishna? What is the benefit of this? It is nicely explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Could you take that verse that is 1.5.11 in Canto 1, Chapter 5, Text 11? If you have taken that verse. So the glorification, Canto 1, Chapter 5, Text 11. So here actually Narada is instructing to Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva was very much dissatisfied after he has written all the Vedas. So he doesn't know what to do, and Narada is actually instructing Vyasadeva how what he missed out. So in that phase, could you just turn up Mataji to the sloka? This is such a important, nice sloka. You may actually hear about these verses. Tadvak visharko janataka viplavo yasmin pratishlohamavat avathavatyapi namananantasya yashogitani yat shrinvanti gayanti grinanti sadavakam. Yeah, could one of you read the translation of this verse?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah,
Translation, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. 1.5.11. On the other hand, that literature which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc., of the unlimited Supreme Lord is a different creation, full of transcendental words directed towards bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest.
Yeah. So from this translation, these words are very much important. See, here it is mentioned that full of transcendental words directed towards the Supreme Lord, bringing about a revelation in the impious lives of this world, misdirected civilization. So we are all in the Kali Yuga. So we are actually impious lives. We don't have that much. We are not following that much austerity. We are not following the shastras. Many don't have the knowledge about sadhu, shastras, and all. So this is actually the impious way of living. This is misdirected civilization. So in this type of condition, the profit or the benefit of glorifying a Vaishnava means it brings revolution to the impious lives. So glorifying a Vaishnava is very, very important. It automatically purifies our consciousness, it purifies our atmosphere, and it actually uplifts us from the misdirected civilization. So that is important. So let us move on to the slogan. That's why all the people around Prithu Maharaj is glorifying Prithu Maharaj. See, in response to that, actually, Prithu Maharaj also responded that I didn't do anything. I just actually appeared in this material planet. So how you people are glorifying me? I am not actually suitable person to receive this glorification. It shows his actually humility, but they are actually predicting that he can ready or he is very much capable to do all types of work. So that's why the reciters are actually glorifying. Okay? And they are feeling that they feel that it is impossible to glorify him adequately because they don't have enough words or suitable words to glorify his actions. So inadequate words, they are feeling that they don't have words to actually glorify him. So he is going to do that much transcendental or very high works to the modern civilization, like to the humanity. Okay? So these are few points listed out in the beginning, and qualities of the king is mentioned that he is very tolerant, merciful, and he enhanced peaceful life to the citizens, and he is actually none other than the Satya Vesha avatar of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these are few points. And here in the first paragraph, it is mentioned that this roll. Could you roll up, Mataji, to the first paragraph, what we have read out before? Yeah. So it is another important point is mentioned here. Let us hear some very nice informations about the sun. Here it is mentioned that the sun is actually revolving around in its own orbit. Here, the Lord, or usually the Lord is compared with the sun. As the sun effulgence automatically purifies the contamination Similarly, the existence, the appearance of the Lord automatically purifies the atmosphere. So usually in the Shastras, the Lord is compared to the sun. Okay. Here they are actually, Prabhupada mentioned about a little bit more about the sun. Like the sun is actually revolving around its own orbit. So if you actually want to know further information about little actually very interesting few informations about the sun is actually given in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagwatam. Like we all are actually living in the earthly planet, Bhumandala, Bhuloka. And out of all 14 planetary systems, Bhuloka is considered as in the middle planet. And the planets are actually revolving around in the center axis. One center axis is there. That center axis is known as Mount Sumeru. Okay. And in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is given that Urdhva Moolam Ataka Shakam. If a tree is actually facing, consider the whole universe as upside down. Like upside down in the sense the tree, the reflection of the tree, like upside down. The roots are up and the tree's branches and leaves are actually facing down. Okay, the root is in the upper part and the tree is facing down, like the leaves and branches are facing down. So the universe is like that. Consider the universe in that way. And the center part, the stem of the tree is Sumeru. Okay, Mount Sumeru. So the whole planetary system, they are actually in a fixed orbit. There is a fixed distance between each planets. All that distance are clearly mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. There is this much distance between each planets. And they all are having their own orbit and they are revolving around in their own orbit. And I'm just actually simplifying for our understanding. Like the planets are actually revolving in their own orbit in the clockwise direction, like east to west. Okay, in the clockwise direction. And the sun actually, it is actually moving from south to north in the vertical direction. So the planets are in the horizontal direction and the sun is actually moving in the vertical direction. And it is actually moving between the Dhruvaloka and the Sumeru. It's moving around Dhruvaloka, the upper part, and Sumeru also in the lower side. So these are few points about the sun and the planetary system. So like the sun, it is actually covering everything. So based on its covering, like when it is actually moving towards south, we are considering as like there are two seasons, no, like Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. When it is moving towards south, it is considered as Dakshinayana. When it is moving towards north, the season is considered as Uttarayana. So the Uttarayana period actually recently started. From January, the first 6 months is considered as Uttarayana, then another 6 months is considered as Dakshinayana. So these are few informations about sun, some interesting facts about sun. We are not going detail about this. And like the sun, so here King Prithu is considered as sun. Like the sun actually revolving around the whole planets and it is giving effulgence light to all the planets. Similarly, King Prithu also moving around the whole world and he is actually, the responsibility of the king should be like that. He should actually travel towards the whole universe or his country, wherever he is in, and he has to actually give help or support the whole citizens. He has to distribute his mercy to all the citizens. Yeah. And in the next paragraph, yeah, Prabhu, could you continue this second paragraph?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Another significant word in this verse is Naradeva. As described in previous verses, the qualified king, be he King Pruthu or any other king who rules over the state as an ideal king, should be understood to be God in human form. According to Vedic culture, the king is honored as the supreme personality of Godhead because he represents Narayana, who also gives protection to the citizens. He is therefore Natha, or the proprietor. Even Sanatana Goswami gives respect to the Nawab Hussain Shah as Naradeva, although the Nawab was Mohammedan. A king or a governmental head must therefore be so competent to rule over the state that the citizens will worship him as God in human form. That is the perfectional stage for the head of any government or state. Hare Krishna
Thank
Mataji.
you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. So here in the second paragraph, the important word is Nara Deva. Nara means human and Deva means it represents God. So the king is glorified as Nara Deva here. Means like the Lord actually giving protection to all living entity. All living entity means not only the human being, he is giving protection to even the animals, the vegetations, the plants, trees, insects, all the things, okay? Whoever actually is living in this material world, all are actually protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, similarly, here, the king, the responsibility of the king is he has to take care of all the living entities in the country. So, here, King Prithu is very much qualified as Deva, means as God. So, he has that capability, the quality to maintain all the citizens in his region. Okay, so that's why here he is glorified as Naradeva. Okay, so shall we move on to the next sloka? Any comments or questions in this verse? So, okay, we'll move on to 21. Can anyone wants to repeat after me? Anyone would like to?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Asmai nrapala kila tatra tatra.
Asmai nripalaha kila tatra tatra.
Balim harishyanti salokapalaha.
Balim harishyanti salokapalaha.
Mamsyanta yesham striya adirajam.
Mamsyanta esham striya adirajam.
Chakrayudam tadyasha uddarantyah.
Chakrayudam tadyasha yuddharantyah.
We continue the translation.
Translation purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When the king travels all over the world, other kings as well as the demigods will offer him all kinds of presentations. Their queens will also consider him the original king who carries in his hands the emblems of club and disc and will sing of his fame, for he will be as reputable as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As far as purport, as far as reputation is concerned, King Prithu is already known as the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The word Adi Rajam means the original king. The original king is Narayana or Lord Vishnu. People do not know that the original king or Narayana is actually the protector of all the living entities, as confirmed in the Vedas. Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kaman. Katha Upanishad 2.2.13. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is maintaining all living entities. The king or Naradeva is his representative. As such, the king's duty is to personally supervise the distribution of wealth for the maintenance of all the living entities. If he does so, he will be as reputable as Narayana. As mentioned in this verse, Tat Yashaha, Prithvi Maharaja was actually carrying with him the reputation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he was actually reigning over the world in that capacity.
Thank you, Mataji. So here, the duty of the responsibility of your king is mentioned. Not only the king, the responsible persons in a family, the responsible person in the society, the responsible position in the office or whoever they be, they have to follow the sadhus and shastras. Okay, here King Prithu is the Satyavesha avatar. So Satyavesha avatar means he is already having the potency. The potency is actually given to him by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he has all the potency. So he has all the potency in the means, it doesn't mean that he need not to follow the rules and regulations. He will automatically follow the rules and regulations. Even though when Krishna appeared in this material world, he told that Yadyad acharati sreshtaka tatat eve karo janaka. Even though he doesn't want to follow the rules and regulations of this material world, but he did it. So what he actually mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, If I am not following as a responsible person, as a head of the person, if I am not following the rules and regulations, then automatically my followers who are actually following me, they will also consider this, they will also neglect these rules and regulations. So I have to set to be an example. So this is the responsibility of your higher authority to follow all the rules and regulations, and they have to actually set to be the right example for their followers. So here King Prithu also actually behaved in such a way that he followed all the rules and regulations perfectly. So that's why here he described as Naradeva. Means the duty of the king is he has to actually distribute the wealth to equal to all the persons. So they have to, he has to actually take care of the maintenance of all the citizens of the people. Okay, so that line is important in this verse. This is for the glorification about King Prithu. And shall we move on to the next verse, Mataji? Okay. 22. I am.
Shall I, Mataji?
Yeah, Divya Mataji, please. Thank you. I am Mahim Gham Duduhe Adirajah.
Ayam mahim gam hridaye dirajah
Prajapati Vrittikara Prajanam.
Prajapati vrittikara prajanam
Yo Leelayadrin Swasarasa Kotya.
Yo lilayadrin swasaraya kotya
Bindan Samam Gama Karotya Dendraha.
Bindan samam gam akarodayantendraha yatendraha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This king, this protector of the citizens, is an extraordinary king and is equal to Prajapati and is equal to the Prajapati demigods. For the living facility of all citizens, he will milk the earth, which is like a cow. Not only that, but he will level the surface of the earth with the pointed ends of his bow, breaking all the hills exactly as King Indra, the heavenly king, breaks mountains with his powerful thunderbolt. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat pranams.
So here it is given that he is an extraordinary king. In what way? He is actually compared to the Prajapati demigods, the head of the demigods. The living facility of the citizens, he will milk the earth, which is like a cow. See, the milking the cow is actually in the Bhagavad Gita, it is compared to what? Can anyone say? The cow is compared to what? And milking the cow is compared to what?
Cow is referred to Krishna and Arjuna is referred to the calf.
Okay.
And milking the cow means he is giving the knowledge of Gita to Arjuna, and
Yeah.
from him we are getting. After
Yes.
that, we are getting like that.
Yes. Thank you, Mati. Milking the cow is compared to the Shastras. Could you, Mataji, display the purport? So, milking the cow is actually compared to the Shastras, the instructions given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like the milk is actually coming from the cow. So, the cow is compared to Krishna, and milking the cow is compared to the Shastras. So, the king should follow the sadhus and Shastras. The previous king, Bena, was rejected by all the citizens, not only the citizens, especially the Brahmanas, the higher class of people. Why? Because he didn't follow the sadhus and Shastras. He neglected all his instructions. Okay? And he actually wants to enjoy the power and the material position and the opulences for his sense gratification. So that's why they rejected him. Okay? He actually forgot his responsibility and he is giving importance to gratify his sense. So that's why he was rejected and the Brahmana actually killed him. So nowadays it is common now. Nowadays, it is very difficult to find a person who is actually the responsible person who is rightly following these sadhus and shastras. So, fortunately, we got an opportunity like a responsible person in our present condition, in our present society. So, we all actually knew that, we heard that yesterday was a special day, very auspicious day. Lord Rama's deity was installed in Ayodhya. So, by the mercy of a responsible person, like similarly, the authorized person, the responsible person should follow the sadhus and shastras. Whatever is given in the shastras, he has to follow, and he has to distribute the knowledge to all the citizens. That is important. Okay, King Vena actually didn't follow that, so that's why he was rejected by all. And here, this king, Prithu Maharaj, is glorified as an extraordinary king because surely the people believe that surely he will follow, because he is none other than the Satyavesha avatar of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, and yeah, he is going to actually level the earth for the maintenance of the people. So let us move on to the next sloka, 23. Could anyone actually repeat after me? Archana Mataji? Or anyone else?
Yes, Mataji, I will recite.
Okay, thank you. 23. Vishpurjayan Ajagavam Danu Swayam
Vishpurjayan Ajagavam Danu Swayam
Yata Charat Smam Avisakyamajau
Yada Charachmam Avishakyamajau
Tata Nililyu Dishi Dishyasanto
Tada Nidiyudisi Santo
Lankulam Udyamya Yatha Mrigendraha.
Langulam Udyamya Yata Mrigendraha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. When the lion travels in the forest with its tail turned upward, all menial animals hide themselves. Similarly, when King Prithu will travel over his kingdom and vibrate the string of his bow, which is made of horns of goats and bulls, and is irresistible in battle, all demonic rogues and thieves will hide themselves in all directions. But it is very appropriate to compare a powerful king like Prithu to a lion. In India, Kshatriya kings are still called Singh, which means lion. Unless rogues, thieves, and other demonic people in the state are afraid of executive head who rules the kingdom with a strong hand, there cannot be peace or prosperity in the state. Thus, it is most irregrettable when a woman becomes executive head instead of a lion-like king. In such a situation, people are considered very unfortunate. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So, from these two verses, from previous and this verse, the main understanding from these verses is the guidance is very much needed. Guidance is important. Whatever position we are in, whatever status we are in, we should always get advice from the sadhus, our spiritual masters and shastras. So, even though the king is actually considered to be the highest position, okay, he is actually highest man in the society. But he used to actually, in those days, they used to hear the advice or follow the instruction of the Brahmanas. Because the Brahmanas are considered as the intelligent class. So they used to follow the instruction of the Brahmanas. And the Brahmanas, they used to actually give advice from the Shastras, because they are actually very much well versed in the Vedic scriptures. So they used to actually give instructions according to the Shastras. So the Varnashrama Dharma, according to Varnashrama Dharma, the kings, the Kshatriyas are considered as the strongest persons, but that power is not enough. Okay? That knowledge is important. Without the knowledge, the power actually make them to misuse their power. If they don't have a right knowledge, then they may actually get a tendency to misuse their power. So the right knowledge is important. Our present situation, we are experiencing the same. Like they all have power. If they get the power, automatically the tendency of the people is they want to misuse their power. They are misusing, means they want to actually enjoy all the facilities through that power. They don't want to do the righteous act because they don't have the knowledge which one is right and which one is wrong, what we have to do. They forgot their responsibility, they forgot their activity, they forgot their duty because they don't have the right knowledge, and because of false ego which actually created by that material position, they don't want to hear from the authorized persons, that is the intelligent class. Okay, now the intelligent class also, as per Shastras, it's not that much pure. They also in the mixed category. But the intelligent class means, actually, as per Shastras again, we should not consider the intelligent class by birth. Like the Brahmanas are not by birth. Okay, by their quality. Chaturvarnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasaka. So it was actually created by the Lord by their qualities and activities. So not by birth. So those who are really intelligent, those who are actually possessing the qualities of Brahmanas, they are considered as intelligent class. And the Kshatriyas, who are all administrators of this present universe, they have to actually consult or follow the instruction of those Brahmanas or the intelligent people. So that is that sadhu and shastras, that parampara system is very much important. That's why even in the Bhagavad Gita it is given in the 4th chapter, Evam parampara praptam imam raja rishiyo vidugo. Sakalenaka mahata sakalenaka mahata yogo nishta parantapa. So it was lost because of the chain was broken. So it was lost. The real knowledge was lost. So similarly, the spiritual knowledge should actually imbibe, like it should actually follow or hear from the authority, and the responsibility of the king or administrator is he has to actually inculcate the knowledge to each citizen. Okay, that is his responsibility. And here King Prithu is the Satyaveshavada, and he is actually compared to the lion. See, when the lion comes, automatically, here it is compared to the lion, means if the lion comes, automatically the small animals out of fear, it will actually go and hide themselves. Similarly, if the righteous person comes, then automatically the thieves and rogues or the demoniac people will hide themselves because of fear out of him. Similarly, King Philip, like we can actually give lot of examples for that, like Parikshit Maharaj. He was a righteous king. And who else? Who else we can give example? Lord Rama. He came as a king. And who else? Can you give any example from the Vedic scriptures? They all actually ruled the kingdom in a righteous way, and then everybody glorified them. Any other example?
Parikshit Maharaj.
Yudhishthir Maharaj.
Yeah, thank you. Parikshit Maharaj, Yudhishthira Maharaj, they all...
Nanda Maharaj.
Yes, Prabhu?
Nanda Maharaj.
Yeah, Nanda Maharaj, of course. Okay. So they
Prahlad
all are
Maharaj.
actually... Yes. So they are actually righteous people. They followed the Sadhus and Shastras. So that they are actually the best examples, okay, from the scriptures. And because of the degradation of this Brahmanical caste, the whole society is degraded now. Okay, so that actually we experienced in the first canto of Srimad Bhagwatam itself. Like Shringi, he cursed Parikshit Maharaj. So why he cursed Parikshit Maharaj? Because he considered himself as a qualified Brahmana, and he immediately cursed Parikshit Maharaj. But actually, the quality of the Brahmana, what his father said to him, whether his father agreed his curse, Can anyone say?
No, Mataji, he has not given acceptance.
Okay. So what he said?
You have done a mistake. He told Sringi,
He
you have done
glorified Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit
Yes.
Maharaj was such a right person. He actually very good king. He's taking care. He maintained the whole citizens in a right way. So because of his false identification that he is Brahmana, so he can curse anybody. So false identification or because of proud, so he actually cursed. So it was not accepted by his own father. So from that time itself, it started like the degradation of Brahmanical culture. Okay, and so from these verses, the main thing is the self-testing is important. Okay, the validation process. We should always test ourselves. Are we following the sadhus? Means if you are actually in a group of Vaishnavas, are we following our senior Vaishnavas? If you are under the guidance of spiritual master, are we following the instruction of the spiritual master? Are we following the shastras? In that case, the understanding of shastras by us may not be right. May not be right in the sense whatever is given in the shastra is right, but according to our level of understanding, we may misinterpret. So because of that, we need a realized soul. We have to hear from the authorized person. So we have to hear from the senior persons. We have to hear from the Vaishnavas. We have to hear from the spiritual master. So following the instructions of the sadhus and shastras are very, very important. Whatever the category or whatever the status we are in. So these four verses mainly giving the knowledge about what we have to do and what is the position of King Prithu. So thank you so much. If any additional points, comments.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji, we have read in scriptures. Now we were living against to this Bhagavatam state. What Bhagavatam is stating. We were living in against. In almost all, we are not following these shastras, all those things. So it is against, and that's why we were suffering like anything. But in this modern era, who will come to educate this? Yes, because the king himself is the most culprit man. So the people, common people, we were suffering. We were reading and we are realizing, and it is all going on. I do agree. But in our personal life, who has to build the cat then? How it is to be implemented in the present age, and how we have to follow the shastras in our personal life? How we will be get out of from this clutches? This is a major issue, Mataji.
Such a wonderful question, Prabhu. It is actually given, the solution is given by the Lord himself in the 4th chapter, in 4.34. The important sloka is given that Tat Vidhi Pradipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya Upatekshandi Jnanam Jnaninas Tattvadarshinaha. By approaching the self-realized soul, by doing menial service to him, by actually asking the questions about our doubts, to clarify our doubts, then by following this process, it will actually help us to come out of this impious situation. So the first thing is we have to accept, we have to surrender ourselves. Taking shelter of your guru is important. Surrendering ourselves to the guru is important. Following his instruction is important. So these three are the basic main process to come out of these clutches of Maya. Got the answer?
Then,
Hare Krishna,
Mataji,
Mataji.
then we have to leave all to the rest on the Supreme Lord. Then we must follow this. Then we will become. Am I right, Mataji? Then.
Yeah. If you follow the instruction of the Lord, we need not to worry about our present situation.
Okay. Okay.
because the Lord will take care of us.
Yes.
It means we are connecting ourselves with the chain of the Lord, because the chain is given, that parampara is given. The self-realized person is already connected with the Lord. So if we connected with ourselves with the self-realized person, automatically the Lord will take care of us.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji, my doubt was in connection with Prabhuji's doubt. Suppose Prabhuji was saying same thing, even I face, Mataji. See, now when we are all together, we are all associated, we speak about Bhagavatam, we are speaking about like what is going on, the story and all that we are discussing. But in the real world, that is the otherwise. Only this time where we are having the class, when we are in association of devotees, we speak. Otherwise, we are going outside to a place where all non-devotees are there. There, now we are sitting for a lunch break where we all sit together. But we are not eating onion and garlic. In that place itself, we are separated. Now, what happens is we are treated as one. They keep us like we are in a
Separate,
different. Yeah. So they don't. I don't get their food because they always put onion and garlic. They don't bring a food without onion or garlic. So I cannot take their food at all. But I give them my food because I prepare only vegetarian food. All vegetables are there, but I'm not using onion and garlic. So I give my food, but I cannot take their food. So I'm actually separated there. And that, what to say, that differentiation is there from that point itself. Then otherwise also, when we are getting up early, I share the status of this Mangalarti and all that. But I and my DP profile picture, everything is Krishna only. So always they say you are going like you are very young, but you're treating yourself. I mean, you're behaving like a sannyasi, like that and all. So it is like they're always discriminating me with. They are not keeping me in their group, Mataji. That is what I'm planning to say. I am not coming into their group. Though I am in the college where all students are together, but I am not falling into their category. They keep me separate. They treat me as if I am one senior, like aged person.
Old
They
person.
treat me like that.
Old age.
They ask me, why do you, I mean, why do you control yourself? If you are avoiding onion, you cannot even have the chats from the canteen. Why are you doing yourself like this? You're torturing yourself. You're irritating yourself like that and all. They say, they advise me and all.
Yes,
Like that.
Mataji, I think we are all facing the same thing.
Hare
One way
Krishna.
or the other. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So, how do you feel when you are hearing about these comments?
Mataji, okay. I feel that only by example we can show them, Mataji. Because if we try to explain, talk, no one will understand. Be it family or friends. I have tried it. Now I stop telling them anything and I'm aloof. I'm just trusting my Guru Prabhupada and I'm getting on in my life. That's all, Mataji.
Okay,
Hare
good.
Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhupada, like Prabhu suggested one good thing, like we should be silent. We should not argue with them. Better to be silent. Yeah, that's actually good solution to come out of this. By observing our austerity, like here, it is given that when the sun comes out, by this effulgence, automatically the unwanted contaminations will be washed out. Similarly, if we are in the righteous path, if we have a strong faith on our sadhus and shastras, then we should actually omit the like unwanted words. We should not actually react those words. We simply keep ourselves quiet and smile to them. That is enough. Don't say any words. And this is self-testing we hear not today, so that is important. So actually, just think about their words. They are telling that you are not eating, you are following severe austerity, you are like an old woman. So all the old people are actually following those austerity. Have they guaranteed that? Are they following that austerity? Is there any guarantee is given? No,
No,
not at all.
Mataji, no. Even they are
Whatever,
having.
yeah, whatever we are actually following in our early life, that taste, that tendency will be there throughout our life. So what is the guarantee that the old people are good? They are following the severe austerity. They will follow the Shastras? No, there is no guarantee at all. And what is the guarantee that we will live till that age? Is there any guarantee that we will live this much year? No. And the Shastras are saying that by following this austerity, it actually purifies our consciousness, it purifies our atmosphere. So you can simply ask them, this is not an argument, you can simply ask them, do you feel that the society is very much developed now? All the people are good? You just ask them. Compared to the previous age, and compared to this age, all the people are actually, we are actually advertising ourselves that, and we are feeling proud that we are very much advanced in technology. But what about the quality wise? What about the character wise? What about our attitude? We just ask them, we all improved or not? In those days, the people strictly followed the Shastras. So the society were good. It was very nice. The atmosphere was very good. It was very peaceful. They lead a very peaceful life and they live for a long time. So this is not for argument. Like, we should actually always keep quiet. If they want any points, you can actually specifically mention these points. By following the Shastras, actually, it actually helps us for our, it is good for our health also. If you check in the Ayurveda, by following like fasting on special days, actually getting up early in the morning, it is given in the, even in the children rhymes itself. Early to bed, early to rise. So what is wrong in that? And it gives positive energy by worshipping the Lord. It gives the peacefulness throughout the day. So it actually maintains, actually produce good qualities to us. So nothing wrong in that. If they find actually any like misfortune, like any bad changes in you, they can comment. So you can ask them, okay, by following these things, am I behaving badly? Am my actions are not in a right way? You can ask them. So what is wrong in following? Am I right, Mataji?
Hare Krishna,
Is it
Mataji.
agreeable?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
If we live like that in the forum, definitely we will be identified. And then we will be identified by those people only. We are apart from them, they used to identify as a different person. So that itself is a plus for us. Yes, because we will become the asset to that total forum. As per my knowledge was, while in service, I have retired 9 years back. While in service, I have faced so many problems. They used to tease me before me, and then they used to say, you please go. There Krishnamurti is there. He is sitting quietly. You go and ask anything. He will preach Bhagavad Gita. They used to tease me in indirectly. So you believe it or not, I take them as positively. And then it makes me known to all. That itself is a special identity. Please, my humble request is, please, we must not be go apart from that way.
Yes.
That we must be in that path. We must reach our goal. That is the only criteria. Then we will be successful. That is my only appeal to all. Whatever may be, what they may accept us, they may deny it, anything else, whatever do, that is their hell. Why we suffer for their words? We come, please pray Krishna. let it be.
So thank you, Prabhu. So whatever the points actually I told you, the questions I told you is, these questions should actually, we should ask within ourselves. We are in the right path. It gives you a strong faith on us. Even though others comment on our behavior, it gives a strong faith on us. Though we are in the right path. Am I misbehave? Am I doing any wrong thing? No, I'm in the righteous path. So why I have to worry about these questions? Automatically, if you are pure, if you are following our sadhana sincerely, it actually changes our atmosphere also. So automatically the persons whoever actually commented you, whoever teased you, they will also automatically change by your behavior, by your association. Okay, so have faith on Lord, have faith on the Shastras. Let us try to follow that sincerely, then automatically the Lord will be with us. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Mataji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Any
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any additional
Thank you.
points?
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. With all your permission, let us end this session.